Are you challenged with external narratives such as cultural, society, family, or religious narratives and expectations that pressure you to make decisions one way or another? The daily struggle is real when you're trying to hear your own inner authentic voice, but the chatter and external noise takes up space in your internal dialogue, overwhelming you with fear and self-limiting thoughts. You make decisions based on fear, or you are completely stuck, not able to make decisions at all. There is a reason why we are spiritual warriors. There are simple phrases and tools that can help you address these external pressures. Hi, I'm Regina C. Minier, ex-corporate pharma leader turned entrepreneur. In 2009, I decided to take a big leap into the unknown and embarked on a journey to following my intuition, or what I now call my inner authentic voice. Through all the lessons learned, I have taken my personal and professional journey and created a simple roadmap to find your true north through the power of your own inner authentic voice. By using these tools and practices, you'll discover fulfillment, joy, and reassurance in making your own life's important decisions. It is no coincidence we have found each other. Hello, 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 friends of O Universe. Welcome back to this week's vlog. Before we jump into today's topic, if you're someone looking to connect with like-minded female professionals to find support and community with finding your true north or what you're born to do and be, then come join our free Facebook community at Hello O Universe. Okay, today's topic is on culture and society versus authentic self. This topic actually came to mind when I posted on my Instagram feed on February 14th a story about how my husband and I first met. In case you were wondering, we met on Match.com, and we hit it off on our first date actually. I shared how I hit a few bumps on the road along the way, but when it finally came down to it, we broke all the first date rules of not asking about heavy topics such as marriage, having babies, finances, and religion. You know, it's just to keep it light was the advice I had heard along the way. The point is, someone commented on my Instagram feed and said, "So the moral of your story is be persistent and break all the rules." It got me thinking about rules. Who makes these rules up? And why can't I make my own rules? I think we easily get caught up in family, cultural, societal, and religious expectations of ourselves that we can barely hear our own internal authentic voices. So let me tell you a little story. I grew up in a Chinese Indonesian family. I have many cousins that are about maybe 10, 12 years younger than me, who grew up watching me pursue my doctorate in pharmacy after completing my bachelor's degree. So basically, I studied a lot, and I built a career for myself that actually paid really well. I completed my success checklist by the age of 28. And a couple of my aunties told their daughters, which are my first cousins obviously, to follow in my footsteps. The aunties said, "Study hard like Chichi Regina," they would say. "Go to pharmacy school," they would say. They saw the power of education and the ability to create security in my own life. However, one of my cousins actually decided she wanted to pursue her lifelong dream of dancing for the Dallas Cowboys. She wanted to take 1 year off after college to pursue her dream, then apply to pharmacy school. Of course, her mom and my mom, which happened to be sisters, both of them felt it was a bad idea. They said dancing is not a good profession. Artists don't make money. You will be miserable. You will suffer, was the feedback from both our moms. You know, it's all about being a lawyer, being a doctor, or an engineer. These are the go-to respectable professions. These are the cultural expectations we have to navigate. It is definitely a cultural and generational belief system different from my cousins and my own. So, my cousin, fortunately, has a strong sense of inner authentic self. She took steps to address the family debate and was able to set boundaries and stand her ground. Luckily, she has the guidance of her father, who actually supported her and her joy, like what brings her joy, right? He encouraged her. Now, I share this story as an example of the many cultural and family expectations that we must learn to navigate in order to find our own inner voices. Now, you may have similar experiences with your family, maybe some cultural expectations, or you're feeling the societal or religious expectations. It's important to recognize and address these external narratives when possible in order to hear your own inner authentic voice more clearly. Okay, so I have some suggestions here. The first step is to recognize the different external narratives that are informing and sometimes pressuring your decisions. They can be silent and assumed expectations that you have heard unconsciously all your life. It's important to recognize these pressures you may be putting upon yourself without even knowing it. Now, step 2 is to ask your authentic self, what is my desire? And I like to say, pick up your telephone to your inner authentic voice, tap into it to tell you what does it desire and not desire. A quick check-in is as you reflect on your current life can help provide direction. Now, maybe what you truly want aligns to your inner authentic voice, which aligns to external narratives. That's great, but just check in. If you're wondering what your inner authentic voice sounds like you're not sure, then check out my first vlog and read up about your inner authentic voice in my free guide. You can get that at o-universe.com. Step 3 is to set boundaries in a loving tone to all the external narratives. In my cousin's scenario, the first step would be to provide reflective listening. In this case, my cousin could say, I hear your concern, Mom. You fear that I will become lost and not find my way back to pharmacy school. She could then say what her intentions were, which was to fulfill her dream to try out for the Dallas Cowboys dancing squad and then go back to pharmacy school. Having these conversations, when possible, is so important to state what you need instead. My cousin could ask for her mom's support in her decisions because it brings her joy. Now, you may be thinking, well, I have to live in the real world. What if my inner authentic voice tells me to become an artist or follow my passion, but I can't support my family or myself for that matter? I think we fall into these traps where we think of all the possibilities of how something is not possible because we have responsibilities. What we may miss is that our inner authentic voice will show us how to get there. It will provide us the best plan beyond our imagination. We just have to trust that the best plan is on its way, and all the concerns about living in the, practical world will all be addressed and supported. You may be wondering, how do I make this happen? Well, Your inner authentic voice will tell you. Know that following your inner authentic voice may suggest an overhaul to your life, which is scary, I know, because I experienced it, which is what I've done, because I was living a really inauthentic life. Or it could be maybe just requiring small changes in your behavior or small decisions, which add up to pointing you in the direction of your true north. Sometimes it may entail changing your mindset, that your once fabulous career has now become a job, and that you are co-creating something else that lights you up on the weekends or in the evenings. It's all good, and only your true inner authentic self will guide you to your true north. I'm really happy to share that my cousin did dance for the Dallas Cowboys, and she totally rocked it. And she did get into pharmacy school after that. She is now a practicing, amazing clinical pharmacist that supports diversity and inclusion when managing her patients. And she also creates art in her free time. And guess what? Her mom wholeheartedly supported her on her journey after the conversation that my cousin was able to have with her. My cousin has found her true north, and she lives in daily joy. If you continue to follow external narratives and drivers to make your life decisions, you will create a life that is inauthentic to who you really are and who you are born to be. Eventually, the discomfort of living an inauthentic life will outweigh the energy it takes to change it and to overcome the fear of taking the leap of following your inner authentic voice. So, I invite you to evaluate which external narratives, family, cultural, societal, or religious, do you feel pressured to follow? Ask your true inner authentic self, what are my desires? Tap into your own inner authentic voice. So if you would like to step into the flow of what's available to you, feel free to drop a note below, or better yet, join our free Facebook community to engage with kindred spirits at Hello O Universe. The link is on my website, o-universe.com. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like what you heard. But until next time, love and light to you all.